Hi Capricorn, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a timeless tarot reading. So whenever you find yourself drawn or guided to this video, it's most definitely meant for you. And feeling quite emotional in your energy already, I do want to take this moment to thank you so much for joining me, but I also want to remind you to go ahead and like this video. Do leave me a comment down below about your situation if you could. Share the video and do subscribe to this lovely channel if you haven't done so already. But when subscribing to the channel, don't forget that little notification bell, okay? And more importantly, when meditating on your energy overall for the reading, the message that came through was, can this just go right? Can this just go right? And so with that said, let's get started. Alrighty, we're gonna do some shuffling so we can begin by pulling some cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. But while I do just that, keep in mind, this is a general timeless read for the sign of Capricorn. Wherever it ends up lying within your chart, all placements apply, as I struggle with the wording. And if you're here to hear about a Capricorn in your life, you are more than welcome to join as well. But due to it being a general reading, make sure you take what resonates along the way and discard the rest. Leave it for someone else, okay? And so, as well, I'm accepting requests for personal readings. All you gotta do is go down below to the description box where you'll see the options, the pricing, and the email you'll need to use to contact me for just that, and I'll get that started for you, all right? For our lovely Capricorns, thank you, Spirit. Well, we're going with all of which. Bear with me. And we're going to pull the last one right from the top of the deck. Okay. Interesting energy. I'm going to shift these over so they're more so in front of me. And bear with me if you hear any background noise. We are getting this done for you. The moon at the bottom of the deck. Emotions running high. Feeling as if things just aren't working out in your favor recently, or you're just always working your ass off towards this or that, towards the completion of certain goals, and then there's a slip up, or there's a frustration, or someone doesn't listen to you, or it just something isn't going right, striving for a level of perfection at times that's unattainable, as your emotions are simply just running super high. We're beginning with Temperance, and as I get super nervous and a bit shaky, on edge due to the background noise, due to your energy, due to everything that's happening around me and within me, it's just the Temperance card's coming through to remind you to have patience with yourself, with the process, with everything that's happening in your life, including internally. You'll get through this. Things will work out. Just don't allow for certain slip-ups or frustrations, or when things don't pan out perfectly, to get the best of you. You're too hard on yourself, and at times too hard on those around you. Allowing yourself to simplify things and ground yourself, remembering that you're an earth sign, and to remember that you need to feel lighter and healthier in order to take flight towards all that you deserve and desire at this time. But when you're weighed down by your frustrations, by your emotions, by your judgments, and all of which, there's more we could name off, but I need to simplify things as we try to simplify the point and keep things light and healthy as you try to fly towards the completion of so many goals, it feels like. I'm hearing your balance is out of whack. You're not allowing yourself to remember that you need to stay balanced as things move forward, as you try to accomplish what feels like everything once again. You're only human, you're only one person, and although people depend on you, although you depend on yourself for a lot, to a certain extent, you need to take care of yourself and implement more balance, however that works out for you, so you can feel leveled as you move forward and, again, do a lot. The Hanged Man. Your perspective on your situation, on other people's situations, on little things needs some major adjustment, major improvement. And don't take that offensively. Is Spirit saying you needed to hear that at times, needing to take certain criticisms with a grain of salt, if you will, needing to remember to take a step back, or being pushed by Spirit in the universe to see things from a different perspective, to keep things optimistic, to remind yourself that perfection again is not attainable. And when you just going back to the overall message, I mean, can this just go right? Wanting things to happen perfectly and then things going wrong. And do you ever find that when you want things to go so perfectly, that's when things start to go wrong? It's the pressure you put on the situation or on yourself, or maybe even potentially other people around you, wrapped up in what you're trying to accomplish. Needing to strip away that level of that need for perfection or for things to go right, and just kind of go with the flow. Allow yourself to open up to the possibilities of how things could end up being, instead of trying to control how things unravel. Feeling a little bit out of whack at this point, feeling like you're hanging upside down, like in the imagery. Blood's like rushing to your head, and Spirit saying you have a lot going on. It's understandable, but you're overthinking. Your stresses that you add to your own plate are not helping. Something to consider moving forward. Two of Swords. Why can't I see how things are meant to be? Why can't I see the end results for this situation or that situation? You feeling as if at times, if Spirit in the universe gave you some more answers or some more clarity on this or that, you'd be able to perfect things, or you'd be able to foresee things or help things fall into place more smoothly. Not necessarily. You needing to remember that every little thing happens for a reason, and even if you stress over it, even if you overthink it, even if you try to control it a little bit better next time around, everything's still going to happen the way it's meant to, for one reason or another. And they're saying now at times you trying to, in your own downtime or in just in the midst of it all, trying to figure out why everything happens, understanding thoroughly, even when being reminded that everything happens for a reason. But why? Wanting to understand things better, wanting a better grasp on things, more control. And Spirit saying, deep breath, take many deep breaths, Capricorn, as things unravel the way they're meant to, for the good and for the bad. Remembering that it's going to be that way one way or another. And you can implement certain changes and adjustments to yourself and situations you're wrapped up in moving forward, but in a more free-flowing way. You're too guarded as well. You coming off to other people a little bit feisty or on edge, or a bit due to your certain emotions boiling up within you, but also due to you wanting things to pan out perfectly, or just the stresses you put on your own shoulders. You're overly critical of yourself as well, which came up with the Taurus reading, and you need to kind of step back and breathe and allow yourself to remember that you are only human at the end of the day. Certain other people in your life energies as well coming through with the crows might be way too noisy and opinionated, and you kind of picking up on that energy or being that kind of way as well, seeing a bit of a reflection of the way you've been recently or in the past, and being like, well, damn, I don't like that. Just something to learn about yourself and others around you. The Eight of Pentacles. Feeling very dedicated to the completion of certain goals, whether it's work or the improvement of certain areas of your life, or helping other people in one way, shape, or form. You can't sleep at times. You find yourself staying up late, waking up thinking about this or that, and allowing for that to drift to a sense of overthinking, a state of overthinking. Feeling like your mind is racing, so you're speaking really quickly and people can't fully absorb all that you're trying to communicate, which frustrates you because you have a lot of important things to say, a lot of important work to complete, a lot of important things to accomplish, but you needing to, being aligned with the Temperance card, have an immense amount of patience with yourself and those around you as you try to complete everything once again. Are you trying to accomplish too much? Do you expect too much from those around you? Are you too harsh on yourself and those around you? The Spirit says yes to all of which. Let it go, let it flow is something you should repeat to yourself. Some of you needing to implement some positive affirmations to start your day, or some meditation at the beginning of your day, something to make you feel good about yourself or about your situation, or to simply start things on a more peaceful, content note, given that you are lacking a lot of your beauty sleep or self-care at this time. Moving on to the Queen of Swords. Still moving forward, feeling ultra frustrated or aggravated, irritated with certain things not panning out, working out perfectly, asking yourself again, like, can this frickin' go right? Can this work in my favor for once? Can things just pan out the way I foresee them? You needing to take a step back and be the Queen of Swords of your life and figure out people, places, and situations that need to be cut out in order to make things easier for you, including, utilizing this message, this card, in the sense of self-reflection, but not doing so in an overly critical way, being like, what habits have I been implementing recently or carrying with me that are just holding me back or making things 10 times more difficult? Being guarded, overthinking, again, just aligned with the Hangman, being needing to adjust your perspective on all of which, at times when you enter this Queen of Swords mindset, being again too overly critical of those around you and needing to be like, okay, I get it. You're going through your own shit just as I am. This being pushed by Spirit in the universe at times to put yourself in other people's shoes, to foresee, to see what they're going through, or just to better understand why they react a certain way or why they can't live up to your standards. And we're moving on to the last and final card, which is the Six of Wands. As you move forward, you'll find that a lot of eyes are on you for the good and for the bad. People noticing your flaws at times, which leaves you a bit flustered or annoyed, or just feeling very vulnerable. But a lot of you feeling that the positives of the eyes being on you outweighs the cons. You feeling like you are a star in the making. Feeling like, okay, this is why I've been so flustered or just overwhelmed or trying to accomplish everything, as I have so much potential. Spirit in the universe reminding you all of which through the attention from others or certain successes coming to be or coming to light. Allowing for yourself to remember that certain completions are to help you make your way to new fresh starts, to a healthier way of living, to a better version of you. Being aligned with the Two of Swords. Allowing for yourself to remember that just because things are starting to pan out, just because things are starting to work out, as your wish is kind of coming to life, it's being granted in a sense, that, this is finally starting to work out, that's starting to finally work out, things are starting to go right for you, and you can kind of take a deep breath finally and release a lot of the tension within your body, within your shoulders, Remembering that we hold an immense amount of tension in the weirdest ways, like our tongue to the roof of our mouth, or however it ends up working for you, the clenching of your fists, or you get the point. Remembering that at the end of the day, you deserve this attention, you deserve these successes, you've been through a lot, you try to accomplish a lot, but to implement more self-care and to take care of yourself as you make certain adjustments and changes as things just start to fall into place as they're meant to. So with that said and done, I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. As well, don't forget to send me an email about booking a personal reading. I hope you have the most amazing day, week, and month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Capricorn.